sports, food, family, photography, hanging out with friends. These are a few of the things that people say when they have to introduce themselves in front of a class or an audience. Um, what happens is that these people, when they say these things, they're revealing what they like to do, but also, more importantly, they're revealing a little bit about their background story. And so I like to, or I feel that everyone's life is a story. So I like to talk about my story, about who I am, my achievements, and where I want to be in life, or what I want to do in life. I think that everybody is unique, and everybody's story is unique and different, regardless of where they were raised, how they were raised, or even events in their lives that help develop them and shape them into who they are. So I'd like to start and begin with talking about who I am as a person. So my name is Sergio Razo. I am from Houston, Texas. I was born in Houston, Texas, raised in Houston, Texas, and I'm the oldest brother of 3. We're all males, and I am the son of 2 hardworking parents. I come from a immigrant household family where really what we value, or what really happens is that whenever you want something, you got to work for it. So my whole life, ever since I was really like 11 or 12 years old, I've been working ever since then. So there's that aspect about me. I like to work. I like networking and hearing other people's stories. I like meeting others, and above all, I like really gathering and getting together with the family. For me, that's very important. I like to view myself as an extrovert, but I'm also aware that I am very reserved at times. Another aspect is that I am I like stress, because for me, I view it as I'm being productive in some form. And I guess I'm at Texas A&M University. I'm pursuing a degree in environmental design, which at its core is architecture, because for me, the idea of buildings and designing has always interested me, and I especially like talking and speaking with clients about projects and all sorts of stuff like that. But we've talked about this. I'd like to move on to a different part of my story, which is what I've done with my life so far. And to start off, as I said before, I come from an immigrant family. So for us, we really value work above everything else. But for me, however, I believe that education is the most important aspect, or the most important thing out there, really. And so, despite the fact that my parents didn't really get an education back in Mexico, I still wanted to pursue a higher education by attending college, and just really being able to do the things that they weren't able to do as easily. So for me, that's been a major achievement. Another achievement is that I was the student council president in high school, and I view that as a huge achievement, because prior to that, I was not involved in a lot of you could say clubs or extracurricular activities unless it was required. So for me, that was huge. And I would say that the third thing would be that I've been working since I was very little, and I started out from the bottom. I was pulling weeds and picking up trash at work for my dad's landscape business, and so moved 7 years later, and we're at the present to where I'm driving a work truck with equipment. I'm also leading a work crew every day at work. So for me, that's I like seeing how far I've developed, and that's a major achievement for me. And the last area of my life that I'd like to share with you guys isn't really something that's happened. It's more of what I want to do with my life, and there's really 3 things that it narrows down to. The first being that I really want to be able to graduate at the top of my class at A&M, just like I did in high school. The second aspect is that I want to go into graduate school later on, and I want to afterwards I want to be able to get my architectural license and eventually open up my own architectural firm. Just like my dad started up his own business, that's something that I really look forward to. And the third, above all else, is that I really want to set a good example for my siblings, my brothers, because whatever it is that they want to do in their lives, whether it's school, whether it's work, whatever it is, I want them to be able to know and realize that it's okay to follow your dreams and your goals, regardless of the odds. To conclude, really, I've shared. I'm glad that I was able to share a bit about my story, who I am, with you guys today. That's something that I'm very grateful for, and I hope that you guys are able to view me as more than just another classmate, because really every person is different and every person is unique, and so their stories really matter. So once you start understanding those stories and once you understand their backgrounds, you're able to tear down all these walls, I guess you could say. And you can once you tear down those walls, really you're opening up all these opportunities for great relationships to happen. For me, I want, from this talk, from my self-introduction, that's what I want you guys to get out of this. Thank you.